Howdy, my name is Kennedy Huschka, and this is my litter final project. So I had three objectives. My first objective was to survey litter in two locations on the Tama campus, which is Shell Beach, and the courtyard between the Pacific and Atlantic residence halls. My second objective was to identify and analyze different compositions of litter, such as carbon-based, silicone, or metal. And then my third objective was to determine litter density by category and by location. And so for my overall hypothesis for this experiment, I hypothesized that Shell Beach will have more litter per square mile than the courtyard between the Atlantic and Pacific residence halls. And so these are my two maps. So this on the left is the map of Shell Beach. I surveyed this area right here. And then on the right side, this is my map of the courtyard between Atlantic and Pacific. That's the area I surveyed. And as you can see, for both locations, carbon was the main amount of litter, and then followed by silicone and metal. So litter impact on marine environments. Specifically in my litter survey, I found that lots of plastic was on Shell Beach and in the water surrounding the area, including daily items like water bottles, candy wrappers, and plastic bags. This is definitely not surprising because according to a scientific editorial produced by Galgani et al. In 2019, quote, in 2010 alone, the amount of plastics entering the oceans varied between 4.8 million and 12.7 million metric tons, specifically harming many marine ecosystems. Plastic debris can definitely cause damage to the fauna populations living in the ocean, as the chemicals released by the litter pieces can be carried through food webs. Galgani also goes on to state that, quote, microplastics and nanoplastics are of particular concern, as species like zooplankton can spread the non-biodegradable pieces around their community. Furthermore, the litter that I found in the courtyard between Pacific and the Atlantic Hall also affects the organisms living on land. Since Tamog definitely has many campus squirrels and birds, litter pieces that they may find could potentially injure them, as they may not be able to properly digest the trash and waste they consume. So how long will litter remain in the environment? Kate Whiting, a senior writer for the World Economic Fund, collected data from the U.S.'s National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA for short, and the Woods Hole Sea Grant that shows the length of time for man-made marine debris to biodegrade in the sea. According to the figure shown on the right, a plastic bottle in the ocean takes around 450 years to decompose, outliving generations of many organisms in the sea. Furthermore, the data also shows that aluminum cans can take 200 years to decompose, and styrofoam takes about 50 years to decompose, which is a lot. So where does the waste go as it decomposes? In the ocean, microplastics, quote, derive mainly from degradation of big plastics such as beach littering and are, quote, ingested by marine animals mistaking them for plankton or other food sources, which is Anderson 2014. Scientist Ellen Anderson also goes on to explain how these microplastics are very dangerous to these organisms, as the chemicals cause, quote, reduced feeding activity, weight loss, and strong immune response. Furthermore, on inland environments, the soil takes in leftover chemicals from the decomposing waste, causing both flora and fauna to suffer. And on the right, I've included a picture of what soil looks like when it's organic and when it's influenced by all of these chemicals from the waste. Lastly, turtles and litter. For my career, I want to rehabilitate and rescue sea turtles, a profession that consistently deals with litter. According to Nelms et al., quote, indigestion, entanglement, and impacts to nesting beaches are the three major ways sea turtles are impacted by waste. Ingestion of these materials can cause major stomach blockages and digestive obstruction, which is very lethal for turtles. Sea turtles can also get caught in many pieces of trash, ultimately causing mortality, as turtles oftentimes cannot escape from the debris once caught. Lastly, litter that is left on the beach is dangerous, as, quote, large debris obstacles may impede females during the nest site selection stage, causing them to abort the nesting attempt and return to the sea without depositing the eggs, thus reducing these sea turtle populations. And here are my references.